Good morning, you guys, from Epic Universe Media Preview Day. This is the first event of all of the events that are happening here at Epic Universe. I'm currently at my hotel at Terra Luna. Clearly, I'm in my Light Fury outfit. I don't really actually know what park we're starting in. I just can't fit everything in my bag. So I have to start wearing at least one of them. So we'll see if I have to change a little bit once I get down there. But I've constructed a very well thought out plan so that I never have to take this main dress off. And I just have to change the accessories and what I'm like layering over it all day. So anyway, I'm super excited. I don't know what to expect at all because obviously I've never been here before, but I will do my best to take you along with me as we go. I'm so excited. Okay, we just pulled up on the bus. So we're about to head in. We are heading in. Yes. So excited. I don't really know where we're starting other than Celestial Park, so we'll see. We'll see where we're headed. Oh my god, we're right in front of the Kronos right now. We are officially right outside of the Kronos, which is crazy because I have a little one and now to see it in person full scale is actually crazy. I still don't believe that I'm here right now. Beyond this gate, find Garden Green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. Our first portal is Isle of Berk and we are heading there now. You may not already be tearing up a bit. We're standing right outside of Isle of Berk. This is our first portal today. It's Berk! I don't know what else to say. It is Berk! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Let me know if you need music. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, how cute. We're heading in to see the Untrainable dragon show. We're not able to film this, so I'll just give you my thoughts after. Thank you. Okay, we're in the theater now to watch the Isle of Berk show, which I cannot record, so I will give you my thoughts whenever we get out, but I can just say the theater is insane. You guys, Toothless was literally just flying over our heads. 10 out of 10, all around.
Today. We heard we're having a lot of new Vikings coming to Berk.
Oh my goodness.
Does anyone like playing fetch?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one of Storefly's favorite pastimes, isn't that right? Yeah. Oh, see, now I got her excited. Twig, you got a twig we can borrow? Not on you. Okay, well, we'll find some. We're gonna meet Toothless next. Oh my gosh.
cute. Yes.
Okay, so the lockers are in the line, and you get in your locker just with facial recognition, so you don't have to remember your locker number. You don't have to bring a key or anything like that. I obviously can't film on the ride, so I'll give you my reaction when we get off. We are in one of the shops now. We just got off of the ride, and it was so much fun. I'd say it's not that scary. It's really like, I think kids would like it. It's a coaster, but not a scary coaster. The really big, like, amazing part is definitely the animatronics. There's a Toothless and a Hiccup animatronic. They're so good. I also have to point out, this is kind of insane. They have like the weaponry of the Vikings in here. Lots and lots of merch in here. Is that a bag?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that lounge?
Yeah. Yeah. I love the jewelry. And the pins. I really want the Light Fury pins. Yeah. Doing Dragon Races Rally now.
The key to being a great dragon rider on Earth is practice, and that's what you're gonna have fun doing today.
We just left Berk, and now we're heading to do the, I think, most intense roller coaster in the park. It's called Stardust Racers, and it's in Celestial Park, so I think that's the next. I forgot to give my report on the dragon wing ride. I'm sorry, I'm blinking. I'll put the correct name on the screen. It was really fun. It was very easy. For some reason I was scared of it, but there was no reason to be scared of it unless you want to make it intense, but you control it yourself. That one I think is about to be very intense, so I'm really excited. Okay, heading now to do the ride. Obviously can't film or bring any of my equipment, so I'll let you know how it goes when I get off. I'm very excited. I've heard it's like Velocicoaster. I'll let you know if it's more or worse than Velocicoaster when I get off. Again with the lockers inside. If we want to move on this way, so we should catch the manual to get on the ride. We just got off of Stardust. We rode both sides back to back. A lot of us were thinking that the yellow side was like more fun, but you had better views from the green side. So I would be very happy to do either side again. I think it's a step below Velocicoaster for me. I felt more secure in the seat here. I didn't feel like the twists and turns were as like fast. It's just like a lot smoother, a lot easier for me, at least in comparison to Velocicoaster. And I love Velocicoaster, so if you love Velocicoaster, you'll be fine on this. And if you don't, I think you'd still like it. We are now standing in front of the portal to head into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic. For in dreams, we enter a world that is entirely your own. I love that. And up here, there's a wand up top. All the way up on top of the portal, there's a wand. Walk in, you kind of just hit a wall when you walk in. So, haven't seen it. Oh my gosh, we're looking at it now. We are in France. We've time traveled. Wow. I think we're about to do the Ministry ride and travel by Flu Powder, which is actually insane. We're heading into the Metro Flu. Erica, I'm not going to make it through here without crying. I told you to oh my gosh, the flu! Oh my god. We're right in front of the Metro. Have I ever traveled by flu before? No. You're gonna still. Oh my god. I'm not ready. I'm gonna lose it. Oh my god.
you understand?
The pink.
Welcome to Ministry of Magic. My name is Hiccup. Do be careful as you make your way through my former mistress Dolores of Umbridge's office. The mess here is dreadful and Hiccup is arranging it as quickly as possible.
Trial. We're going to be boarding elevators.
Dirty.
The elevators are going to be moving forward. And
I wondered if it was like real, because I was like, it's too cute.
Too good to be true, right?
Okay, we're about to get on. Obviously can't film on the ride, so I'll let you know what happens. All I know is we are heading to the trial of Dolores Umbridge. And that's why we were just in her office. My review of that ride is that I have never ridden anything like it. It's kind of like familiar to the other rides with this. It's like kind of like Gringotts, but still very, very different from Gringotts because you do an elevator. I don't think it's scary. I think kids could do it. I mean, the subject matter with the Death Eaters, I mean, you know how the ministry can be. That might be scary, but like the actual physicality of it wasn't. It wasn't very intense. It was so good. I cried. The animatronics are like nothing I've ever seen before in my life.
Which has a big story.
Okay, we're like going rapid speed, but I'll go back there and show you everything a little bit slower once we're finished. We're trying to do all the rides and then we'll go back. So we're about to do Monsters Unchained now, which is my most anticipated thing in Epic Universe, so I'm so excited.
I sense fear in your hearts. You are right. You think ye cause fears, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Don't forget that tip. This is just the emergency eater function.
Finish what my great-grandfather started. They called Henry. There's nothing to fear. Show them. Lower the lights, quick.
I feel like we need a drinking. When the embers glow and the flames ignite, it's the monsters who'll fear us tonight. Through fog and fire, through blood and bone, no shadow lurks that we do not own. The bells toll out, the hunt's begun, and one by one the monsters run. We're the hounds, we heed the call, with nerves of steel we hunt them all. The embers glow and the blades ignite, it's the monsters who'll fear us. The hags of fright, we hunt them all in the cold dark night. And while you sleep in your nice warm bed, the hounds collect another head. We're the hounds, we heed the call, with nerves of steel we hunt them all. When the embers glow and the blades ignite, it's the monsters who fear us tonight. So raise a glass to battles won, the hunt may end, but we just begun. The hounds stand tall, fierce and bold, and our story's one that must be told. We're the hounds, we heed the call, with nerves of steel we hunt them all.
We're really carrying the beat.
It's the monsters who fear us tonight.
Okay, as you can probably see, next up is Super Nintendo World. We're ending with the one that I've been the most excited for. It's not that it's hard to pick a favorite, and I haven't been to Nintendo yet, but I just feel like in the long run I will be just the most happy that we have Super Nintendo World here because I am such a Nintendo girly at heart. So I'm really excited to do this one next. I feel like I didn't report much on Monsters Unchained. It was so good, but not as scary as people have been making it out to be. I don't think it's a little gory, like Horror Nights vibes, but overall it wasn't like scary. Very much like Forbidden Journey, but I usually get I can't even ride Forbidden Journey without getting sick, but I was totally fine on Monsters Unchained, so definitely improved from whatever the technology is on there, but I'm so excited to head to Super Nintendo World next. and that is Donkey Kong Country. I'm so excited. We're about to do the mine cart ride, so I'll report back. I honestly don't think enough people are talking about this ride because I had no idea what was happening most of the time. It was amazing. Like the tracks, I've never seen anything like it.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's turn around.
Bye, Igor.
The contents of your purse are selling.
Okay, and we are back outside. That is a wrap on this first experience at Epic Universe. I'm not even sure what I've got to edit after this crazy day, but I hope you enjoyed this first, like, this was the craziest, but probably most fun day of my entire life. This is the best theme park I have ever been to. I will wrap this video up once I get back to the room though, because my camera's about to die and I have so much more that I want to say. Hey guys, I am back home. I went back to the hotel that night and just talked to all the other creators, and we were all just editing for our short form content. I've had about 24 hours to sit and reflect on my time at Epic, and I have kind of a list of things after like editing this vlog and everything that I want to go over and like chat about, to maybe answer some of your questions and touch on things that I think might be important to just like talk about. So let's just start with Celestial Park, because that is like the main hub of Epic Universe. It was so beautiful, and I just really appreciated and loved this part about Epic because it was kind of like a central hub where you could see all of the portals from wherever you were standing in Celestial Park. And not only is it just a hub, but it's also a land of its own with its own amazing theming. It's all very like astrological and starry and celestial, as the name says. So I just really loved everything about Celestial Park. Even if you think you can't see a full portal from where you're standing, the portals are super tall and you'll be able to see like the top point of the portal from wherever you're standing, which I think they did on purpose. They really made them really tall, which I just like, I've never found a theme park to be so easy to navigate. Stardust Racers, the coaster that I rode in Celestial Park, was so intense, and I said in this video that I did not think it was as intense as Velocicoaster, but the more I talked to other people, the more I realized that depending on what you find scary about roller coasters, you might find it to be a little scarier than Velocicoaster. Some of my friends find that the twisty upside down parts the scariest. Those parts don't scare me. So for that reason, I think Velocicoaster is scarier, because the way my stomach drops on some of those bigger, higher, steeper hills, that's scarier to me. So it just depends on what you're afraid of, but I think everyone agrees they're almost on par. It's a very long ride. I cannot believe I rode it back to back. I felt totally fine after riding it the first time, but after riding it twice, that was crazy, and everyone we told that we did that to thought we were crazy for riding it back to back. I did not get to do the Constellation Carousel, which is basically just a carousel, but it looks a little different because it's not just like a very visible circular motion. And the seats are beautiful. It's just very constellation themed, as the name goes. Everything in Celestial Park was just really stunning, and it's just a carousel that anyone who likes carousels will enjoy, but it's just beautiful. Moving on to Isle of Berk, which is the first portal that we entered. I would say this is my favorite. I spent the most time of my day in Isle of Berk, so that could be affecting why I think it's like the best one, because I just got to see almost everything that it has to offer. And I really didn't even get to see everything that it has to offer. I still feel like I saw only a fraction of it. And with that being said, this is not a one-day theme park. I don't even know if it's a 2-day theme park. There is so much to see and soak up and enjoy. So our one dedicated media day, even though we had amazing VIP tour guides that helped us to skip the lines of the rides, there were still some waits, and there was just so much to see and do that it was just impossible to see everything. Our VIP tour guide was very prioritizing us getting on a lot of the rides. Meeting Toothless is a must do. I don't think I had time to really like tell you in the video what that moment felt like, but oh my god. Meeting Toothless was a dream come true. He was so perfect. I don't even know how they did that. I don't know how they made him. I don't know how he's there meeting. I don't know how he's so reactive and so cute. And his nose like moved when I pet him, and he had facial expressions. It was seriously so amazing. So glad he wasn't like a fur character. I don't know what the technology there is, but I was so impressed with that. And then moving on to the roller coasters, the first one we did was Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which was a kid-friendly coaster. The views of Berk from this coaster are incredible. It plays music from How to Train Your Dragons, which is so, it's just like an ethereal moment because you know how beautiful that soundtrack is. Hiccup's Wing Gliders was the first ride we did that day, and the first introduction that we had to the brand new way that they're doing the lockers. So you can't bring bags on a lot of the rides, but they made this process so simplified. They've listened, they've heard the complaints about the way lockers are done in the other parks, and they've made it so easy. The lockers are all in the queue, so you don't have to like find a locker, you then get in line, and after you ride the ride, go find your locker. They're in the ride. You don't have to have your park pass to open it. You don't have to remember your locker number. You just have to sort of remember the section that your locker is in, and that is it. It's all done through facial recognition, so it scans your face, you approve the picture, it opens a locker for you, you put your stuff in, you close it, and then when you get off the ride, you open the same locker just from the back, and all you have to do is show the machine your face, and it will open the locker that your face was registered to. So you don't have to remember your exact locker number, which is really easy. The ride we did after that was Dragon Racers Rally, which from the ground looks a lot more thrilling. I almost didn't ride it because I thought I just like would be afraid, but it just feels like a very peaceful, soothing little flight on a dragon's back, but you can make it more intense. You there's 2 wings on either side of your seat, and you can grip the handles and flap the wings, and apparently if you flap them like vigorously enough, you can totally cause yourself to flip upside down. I didn't touch it because I was just trying to like get a feel for it, but I've heard it's pretty hard to get it to go upside down, but it's possible. And then we saw Spectacle of the Untrained Dragon, and that is the show in I Love Berk. It is probably the best show I've ever seen in any amusement park. Not probably, it definitely is the best show I've ever seen in any amusement park. There's one point where Toothless and Hiccup are like flying, literally flying above your head, and it's not like a couple seconds of it. They really take enough time where everyone will get a good view of it, and then somehow Toothless lands on stage and Hiccup can get off of him. I was so shocked by that. It was actually like mesmerizing, and I'm pretty sure all of us teared up at some point during that show. It was really beautiful. Next up, we did the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic, and I also did not see a lot of the 1920 Paris street. I pretty much just walked right through outside to get to the Metro Flu, but I will say the streets of Paris are absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to go back and like really soak up all of the artwork that's everywhere. They still sell butterbeer here, and I think there are character performers in here, but I did not get to see them. I've just seen pictures of them, and I'm really excited to go back and like interact with them. Traveling by Metro Flu, clearly I cried. Be prepared to cry if you're a big Harry Potter fan. And it was just the most magical thing ever. It's like you're on an elevator, and it moves up and down, forward and backward. It even like tilts sideways and diagonally. There are a lot of screens. I will admit to being a tiny bit motion sick whenever the screens were opposite of us, because it's a lot of just like moving. They're moving in their elevator across from you, and your elevator's moving, so it's a little bit hard if you get motion sick from screens. But if you've done like the Gringotts ride and you can handle that, this is not any worse than Gringotts in terms of like motion sickness. And if you can just close your eyes, and then you'll be totally fine too if it's like making you sick. Just make sure to open your eyes for the animatronic parts, because it's like you're actually in the movie. You're in the Ministry. You're in the room where Dolores Umbridge is standing trial. I've just never experienced a ride like that before. It did so many things that I didn't know one singular ride could do. The only other thing that I got to do in this area was the Cirque Arcanus. I don't know if that's exactly how you say it. This and the I Love Berk shows are the only 2 shows in Epic Universe, at least to this scale. And it's crazy. It has like 2 acts. The first act, you're like standing in a circus tent. I think I was able to get video of that part of it, but the rest of it we could not videotape. And then we were moved and sat in a theater. And there was just crazy like real life magic. This guy was like doing all sorts of crazy things, like juggling with bubbles. It was real. It wasn't just like some trick on our eyes. He was actually juggling bubbles. It was crazy. And this show features lots of fantastic beasts and some drama, and it was just so good. Lots of like magical surprises as well, with like the way the stage like totally moves, and it has like a staircase develop in the middle of it that disappears. It's a crazy show. It's so good. I know a lot of people thought this was like one of the best things at Epic Universe. Next up, we went into Dark Universe, which I think I did the absolute worst job covering in this video. I'm so sorry. We were under the impression that we were rapid fire doing the rides and then we'd be able to roam ourselves back in the lands, which just did not end up happening. We did not finish our last ride until 20 minutes before the park closed. So I was like planning for so many things to happen later in the day that I just did not have time to do. So I feel really bad about that. I'll make it a priority to show it better the next time I go. The Frankenstein Manor was breathtaking. So big, like it's life-sized. And entering it is just as amazing. Monsters Unchained is a ride that was made for Universal Monsters fans. Is made for Horror Nights fans. I really enjoyed it. I expected it to be more physically thrilling than it was. So if the only thing you're afraid of when entering this ride is that there's gonna be like drops or whatever, like it doesn't do any of that. There's a part of the pre-show where Igor, who is like the crazy mad scientist behind everything, he shows the ride vehicle moving like crazy, and it had had us all so scared of this ride, but it doesn't actually move the way that it shows it moving in the pre-show. I compare this ride vehicle to the Forbidden Journey, but that's about the only similarity. It doesn't move you a lot faster. There's a point where you're coming down like this and you're angled forwards. You spend a lot of the ride actually like on your back looking at the ceiling. This ride works really hard to get you as close to these monster animatronics and scenes as possible, so you feel like they're like right here, which is really cool. I don't think that I've ever ridden a ride where I was so face to face with an animatronic, and the fact that they're Universal monster animatronics is really crazy. I think there's a ton of Easter eggs on this ride that I missed because this first time riding was like just crazy. There's so much to take in. It's just so good. Larger than life, closer than I ever imagined animatronics could be to me. It was really good. I also really love about this ride and just all of Dark Universe, the electricity that goes through everything is really neat. And speaking of like outside of Frankenstein's Manor, the roaming monsters add so much to this land. I didn't get lucky enough to be back there when Frankenstein's monster or his bride were roaming. I also didn't get to see a lot of the other ones that walk around, but I did get to see Invisible Man and a violinist. I feel like you could spend a lot of time in Dark Universe and come back every day and get a very different experience depending on like who's walking around. The other ride that this area has is the Curse of the Werewolf, and I did not ride this because this was the third land we were in that day. We had done so many rides up to this point, and I don't think my body could have handled it, because the one type of ride that actually makes me like physically ill, just like ones that move in circles like this. I do think I could handle this ride because they weren't like constantly spinning. It was just like every now and then they were spinning. I think I could handle it on another day where I hadn't done so many other rides already leading up to it. Like my body is not used to being able to do so many rides in one day, especially because we did do Stardust Racers back to back, and that was like actually insanity. So I never really fully recovered from that moment, but it looked like a lot of fun. Everyone said it was a lot of fun. The theming around the area was really beautiful, and we actually got to experience the like family waiting room. Me and Erica did not ride, so we sat in the family waiting room, and what's cool about this room is it's basically up at the top where people board the ride, and it's still outside, so you still get to be a part of the experience pretty much. If you're gonna do child swap or whatever, it's a really nice area. So I was kind of happy that I got to see that. I know a lot of the other rides have that exact same space too in Epic Universe, so very family friendly. Another thing that really surprised me was the Burning Blade Tavern. So like the windmill thing that catches on fire, the Burning Blade Tavern is underneath that, and I showed a clip from being in there where the monster hunter was talking to us, and this was something I talked to a few other people later that night about, and a lot of people were just raving about the experience in the Burning Blade Tavern. Everything in there has a story, and I was kind of thinking that they were just like making it up on the fly. I talked to my friend Taya later that night, and she had the same conversation with the guy about a portrait in there that I did in reference to a super old Universal movie about a tarantula, and stories are like very consistent, which makes it feel like it's just so real. And like the heads on the walls all have a story behind them too, and I don't know, I think this place was just really fun. We were banging on the table and he just started singing out of nowhere, so I'd highly recommend you go in there and interact with the monster hunters, because that was like one of my favorite parts of the whole entire day. I love when little things like that blow me away and surprise me because it's just like very special. That's all that we did in Dark Universe. I will say I cannot wait to go back to Dark Universe at nighttime because I know they have a lot of things that not like change but just like shift for the nighttime. Like the big well in the middle, the smoke that comes out of it turns red at night to represent blood and stuff like that. So I'm excited to go back there at night. I think nighttime will fit the vibe back there really well. So I'm just really excited to go back there and spend more time back there. But any monster lover is gonna love this space. And the very last portal that we entered was Super Nintendo World, which I have been to Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, and I will say this blows that out of the park. Like, oh my gosh, it's so much bigger. You enter through the portal and go up an escalator, so you kind of enter on the second floor of Super Nintendo World, and it just immediately immerses you. Like, you just feel like you've somehow transported into a Mario game. I didn't say anything about riding Mario Kart Bowser Challenge. I'm so upset with myself for that after watching it back, but we were so rushed at this point because we were in our last like half hour of being in the park of this day, and we all really wanted to be able to go back to some of the things we did earlier, so we were in kind of a rush at this point of the day, but it was so much fun. Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge was like being in Mario Kart. It's really cool because you wear a Mario hat, which is just like so unique to any theme park, and then you attach the visor when you get on the ride, and like the visor part is actually the screen. So if you take your visor off, you don't see a lot of what you're supposed to see, so you keep the visor on in front of your face. And I just love a good interactive ride. You can like shoot shells. To be honest, it's a little bit confusing and I can't fully say I understood what it took to win this ride, but it didn't even matter, and it's just something that with more rides and more time I know will be so much fun. Like living a childhood dream to be in Mario Kart. Rainbow Road was definitely my favorite part. I did not get to ride Yoshi's Adventure, but it just looks like a very like chill, cute way to sit on the back of a little Yoshi and get really good views of Super Nintendo World. I really wanted to do Toadstool Cafe, but we just didn't get to do any food options at all day actually, so I'm really excited to go back and eat and be able to share that with you guys. But this area is just so cute. The coins and like the interactive power-up bands, so much fun, such a nice touch. And then Donkey Kong Country is also part of Super Nintendo World, and that, oh my gosh, so awesome. It's just like being in a Donkey Kong game. If you grew up playing a Mario game or a Donkey Kong game, like you will feel like a kid again. You will get emotional. You will be like hit with a wave of nostalgia like no other. Like I don't know if anything is more nostalgic to my childhood than Nintendo, and I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way. Nintendo is like the epitome of my childhood, and it makes this land just feel so special. Like I cried immediately because I was so many things were going through my head, but like how much I would have loved it as a kid, how much I love it as an adult too, but like I can't believe that's down the road and I'm gonna get to go often. Like that's crazy. Yeah, anyway, back to Donkey Kong Country. That was really fun and really pretty actually, because you know Donkey Kong's kind of got like the island vibes. The minecart adventure really blew me away. I did not expect to love that ride so much. I also didn't expect it to be quite as thrilling. Like it had me screaming. It had some drops, so just like keep that in mind. I just was like staring at the track the whole time because I just could not figure out what the heck was going on. It would look like the track was ending and somehow we'd like hop tracks, and I couldn't keep track of what was going on, which made it really fun. So I highly recommend, like, if you do ride it, to really like pay attention to what's happening because it's crazy impressive. And that is the overview of everything that I was so lucky to get to experience at the Epic Universe Media Preview event. I'm so grateful to Universal for having me out. I have been counting down the days to Epic Universe opening for so long. I have like a little tiny Kronos that I finally got to see life-size, which was absolutely insane, and that was a very emotional moment for me. I've just been really anticipating this. This theme park has so many of my favorite things, so many of my favorite things that I grew up on, so many things that I think are so unique and special to Universal's IP. I know I will be at this park so often. It is the best theme park I have ever been to so far in my life. It really is, just the way they've planned everything out, how next level and top tier everything is right now. It's new and shiny, and I wouldn't change, I don't think, a single thing about Epic Universe. What I did experience blew me away and exceeded my expectations and made me so excited about the future of Universal theme parks, because if they can do this, oh my gosh. I just feel so lucky to live down the road from this amazing, one-of-a-kind theme park. There's nothing like Epic Universe. It was so well thought out. I just want to give all the praise to whoever thought of the portal idea, because it's not like any other theme park in the world where you can take 2 steps and like enter a whole new land within 2 steps. You have to enter the portals to get into the lands, which just really does a great job of transporting you and making you feel like you really are universe hopping at Epic Universe. It's just so good. I could go on and on about it, but I hope that this was a fun first look at what it would be like to spend a day at Epic Universe. Stay tuned because I will be back at Epic Universe in May, and I'm so excited for that. So I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to take you along on this journey. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting my Epic Universe content for the last year, because even though I haven't been in the park, I've been making content about it for a while, and I'm just so grateful. I can't believe this is real. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you want to see from Epic Universe in the future, or comment any questions you have and I can try to answer in the best way that I can. And thank you guys so much again for watching. I hope you have an amazing couple of days ahead until I see you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.